everybody. It is me, Sean Tank Top, and I am over here at Casa de Tank Top, hanging out with my very good friends Dustin and Morgan. Drace, over there at the Dojo. Drace, how...
the Dojo Mojo Casa House.
The Dojo Mojo Casa House over there.
Drace.
Absolutely. Drace, absolutely. I mean, we're feeling the Barbie fantasy, even though it's not exactly what we're talking about. We're not talking about that. We're talking about... Like, you know, well, it's a reaction thing. So you got to have a very OmiMan thing where it's like, why did you make me do this? Because we are here reacting to the newest teaser trailer for season 2 of Invincible.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been like a year and a half. Since,
I
how long has it
mean, he
been?
told us, what did he tell us? Fallish in that thing.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And they said, okay, you guys want some shit? We got some shit for you. Here's the teaser trailer. And another thing that we're going to be doing a reaction to is the Adam Eve 1 hour special, which I'm very excited to see, which I think is kind of a bit of a prequel. Like it's just more of her origin story type thing, which I think I'm very excited for. But I figure we take a look at this here teaser trailer, see what they got in store for us, and then we can talk about it afterwards. You guys want to get going?
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. We appreciate you guys very much for hanging out with us. Hit that like and that subscribe if you guys want to make sure that you keep up with all of our Invincible coverage, and hit us up on our Patreon. The link's down there in the top pinned comment in the description below. Hit us up at the premium streamium tier for Invincible, because it is going to be dropping on the weekly, and we are going to be covering it. So we hope you guys hit us up over there. And if you guys want to get early and uncut access to all that stuff.
For some of you, it probably seemed like
graduation.
Yep.
Maybe you're even wondering if you're ready for this.
That's Reginald Bell Johnson. I love it.
Yep.
It's family ties, right?
Uh-huh.
You have no idea.
Family matters.
Capable of.
True.
Family ties. Oh my
Right.
God, I'm showing my age.
I didn't know who he was.
Oh no, the
Man.
mom. I'm glad she lived.
Uh-oh.
I'll fight friends because I would win.
Never apologize for saving lives.
There's only one way this kid goes back out there, and that's on a very short leash.
Oh, I forgot about Walton Goggins did the voice for him.
Yeah.
You know people try to kill us every single day, right?
I don't care how old he is. He needs to go down now.
Maybe if you trained more and complained less, we could get back to saving lives.
Clancy Brown, nice.
Oh, is actually Clint in it? Yeah, okay.
Make him pay for what he did to your world.
That was sick.
Oh, okay.
My husband.
I am a normal human superhero.
I wish he was dead.
Okay.
Not for your sake.
Wow.
Ask questions.
Tim Robinson. Oh
Oh,
no.
Lordy.
Do any of these fuckers.
That has not happened since the Great Purge.
Whoa.
Duh.
You should have died at birth.
Oh, nice. I love that.
He's gonna come back, and he is gonna be like beyond a dickhead. Like, he showed just the slightest crack of the tiniest sliver of fucking humanity, and he is gonna come back like spitting like the craziest fucking game.
I mean, I love a shitty dad that just goes, I wish you were fucking dead or never born, or like,
And
I
then pummels you into the ground.
love that. Because
Just
it's like, if you're going to be
you
a
mean the
shit
fact that,
dad.
like, that they're owning it in a certain sense.
Oh,
you know
if
what
you're
I mean?
going to shit dad, let's do it. Let's fucking rock and
Galactic
roll.
shit dad, you know what I mean? Like the all right, so that was like, you know, that was very much a teaser. That was like a couple of a couple of things. I mean, it looks like we're doing a little graduation over there, and you know, kind of, I guess, like I would imagine that they are gonna possibly maybe make us wait for OmiMan a little bit. Like, I could totally fucking see, because I know that also another thing about this season is that they're splitting it up into 2 parts. I think they're coming out with the first part, I think in November, and then I think in like January, February they're gonna have, like, you know, I think they'll do like 6 to 7 episodes or something like that, and then they'll have themselves like a little bit of a break, and then they're gonna come back like in early 2024. And so, I mean, I could totally see them, like, OmiMan shows up at the finale of part 1, you know, at the last episode before the break or whatever. I don't know. What do you guys? How do you think they're gonna? I would like to see Mark just hang out in the world without OmiMan, and them grappling with that a little bit. What do you guys think?
Well, again, I've read this entire series.
Oh, you know.
Sure.
So
So
easy.
I kind of know some areas they can go into. So,
Yeah.
like, But I think you're probably right in that there's a lot of stuff that will happen sans OmniMan.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to cover.
Totally.
But I do think that they're trying to build up to that. He has to figure out, he has to basically become the hero.
Mostly, I'm
He's
like weirdly like so interested, mostly in the mom. Because
Yeah,
we're getting,
Sandra Oh's
I
character,
feel like,
she had such an interesting angle on that whole thing, you know.
and I'm wondering, like, yeah, is she gonna get like raged the fuck out? Because not only did he like, oh, I was just a pet to you the whole time, but you tried to fucking kill my son.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other big thing. Like, that's the other thing that would probably be even worse is that you tried to kill my boy, like, over there. You know what I mean?
Boy.
Like,
But also, like,
Yeah.
you know, she thought she was in a healthy, lovely marriage.
Yep.
yeah.
And none of it was real. Like, I don't know. I love female rage. And I feel like she would be like proficient.
I love female
She-
rage.
She knows the guys up in the government. She's
Uh-huh.
like, hey, you need me to go
remember
like
how we were thinking like that she was gonna hook up with that old bag of shit that was like played by
Oh,
Mark
Scully?
Hamill for just a hot second or whatever it is. Why not? They were both
The costume maker.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I just remember
yeah.
like something, and that was not me who suggested it. That was Morgan who suggested.
because
that,
there was
by the
weird
way.
energy, but I
No,
was
there
like,
was.
ugh.
There was. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, you know, and so, yeah, I mean, like, I think they'll have an opportunity. I mean, I remember that was the big thing, and then there was also like, so I think Mark will probably have to like. Probably put out some fires that he sort of started himself. There were those weird,
Yeah.
Face huggers.
face hugger guys that like took over fucking Mars. I think like after
Yup.
he sort of cocked up the mission and brought like a
Yup.
cause phone into fucking space apparently, which is something that
He's
you
like,
can do
whoops.
like or whatever. But like, I think that he's going to have to like. Because like the weird, you know, it's like that kind of. It was sort of like, I don't know, it was sort of like OmniMan was Jonah Hilling, like where he was acting like a good partner, acting like a good dad, but we realized that it was kind of weird and fucked up, like sort of all along. And the presence of that force in his life and trying to live up to that, and the fact that that is gone, and not only gone, but like betrayed. You know what I mean? Like in the biggest and baddest of ways, like is like pretty huge. The only thing that I might say that would push back on that a little bit was because it definitely seemed like they were teasing some stuff with like the Viltrumite like home planet, and they're just like, oh, okay, so like you came back and your report is that you didn't do your job. The fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean?
He might be on the run and he might need a little help from his son. Maybe he won't be so shit dad. Maybe.
Yeah, again, I think it's going to be a defense mechanism. It's why he was so savage and so unrelenting, like, you know, in their fight. You know what I mean? Like, it was Jesus mask and fucking pain, you know, like, or whatever, which also fuck that shit. Like, by the way, like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand the beat, but it's like, it's also, you know, like, this guy's, like, no good. So, I think... Yeah, who knows? I mean, maybe that makes Viltrumite be like, oh, okay, cool. Earth is top priority because apparently, like, we can let shit slide like this. They seem like a fucking group of folks that just would not want to ever fucking let that, like, even remotely fucking ever, like,
Yep.
I don't know. It's a very like imperial like kind of like outlook on it. Like just the fact that like even if it's like, you know, it's just like a little small insurrection, and that means but
You didn't matter before, but you definitely matter now.
you're on our fucking radar now. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
and so yeah. So I think that could possibly be something. And then
Just
and then
die
also,
like the insects that you are.
Yeah, I mean, like I think that stuff, him and his mom. I mean, like I really loved just how, like, you know, kind of realistic and mature, like they handled a lot of the stuff with him, the stuff with his mom, and the stuff with Adam Eve too. I thought that she was really good, and it was like a cool, like, it was like one of those things where, you know, it was kind of like a more realistic way of handling like that whole like superhero conundrum where he goes like, I said I'd be there and then I wasn't.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, well, you need to
just
not,
tell her.
you can't be putting people in positions where they're in the dark. It kind of doesn't, like, a failure is still a failure no matter what the circumstances are. You know what I mean? It kind of doesn't, like, especially if they don't understand what it is that you're doing. You know what I mean? And so I think that, I don't know. And it looks like they're adding a huge roster of fucking,
I know,
folks.
it's
I mean, like,
crazy.
I mean, like, so there's like Tim.
We get Tim Robinson.
That's like it's gonna be like. We've been waiting for a hit for a long time on Amazon.
He was waiting
Prime.
for a hit on Amazon Prime for a long time.
Yeah, so I think that I don't know. That was a good teaser. It's just enough, to kind of get me like, okay, there's gonna be a couple of things. Yeah, and they're just like they waited all the way to the end to kind of give us the big dog and shit like that, because he is the fucking he's like
the big dog.
He's the goat. Like when it comes, at least when it comes to just being like shitty father. For anyone who's seen fucking like Whiplash and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, but also, like we've talked about it before, just like him as Schillinger in Oz.
Yeah,
like he just he's like the ultimate villain.
Mm-hmm.
But then they put a tweed coat on him and try and get him to be like the helpful insurance guy, and I'm like, I don't buy that shit.
Right. But
talk about Whiplash, because I remember when he went from Oz, Schillinger, to that guy, and I'm like,
Well, I think the movie that they saw that before they got in there was Juno, because he was lovely.
Yeah, he was like
that was
the dad.
But that was like a cool, like, that was a very refreshing, like, where he was cool and he was doing his best, and the stepmom was also like great. You know what I mean? And because step parents can occasionally be fucking great. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, 1980s, like, every 1980s movie ever. Like, it can happen. It doesn't always happen, but it's possible. Like, and so I think that, I don't know, a good teaser. I'm definitely enough to kind of get my mind kind of going, like, kind of like in the right directions that they want to give us. And I'm excited to fucking check that shit out again. That was a fucking ball when we, and one of the most shocking fucking premieres ever. And I hope they don't try to top it, but I'm waiting. I don't know. We'll see. Like, I think it's gonna be. I don't know. I'm very interested to kind of see where this shit goes. And also the other thing, as far as I think that the wait won't be as long for season 3 as well. Like, because I think they were just like, we got to hit. We're greenlighting 2 seasons straight away and shit like that.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know if they've already banked all of that, like, recorded, if they've recorded all that shit or whatever the fuck it is, but yeah, I mean, like, and again, like, we got a bunch of great fucking actors and writers, like, putting together great stuff over there. So make sure that you guys support all the SAG and the WGA over there, like, out there, like, on the picket line and stuff like that. And just so you guys know, here going forward, if we're covering stuff that's by a struck company or a struck streaming service, like, we are going to be donating half of our ad revenue to the Entertainers Community Fund, and a bunch of various mutual aids to help everybody on the picket line and stuff like that. So we hope you guys do that. We just to know that, like, that's kind of where we stand as a channel. It's part of, like, our values. It's part of what we believe in and everything.
Our entire existence is owed to the storytellers.
It's predicated. Absolutely.
And we wouldn't be what we are if we didn't have their talents. So
it's the least that we can do over there.
Give them fucking health insurance, motherfuckers.
Yeah, just set them up again. Like they they did the math, and it takes like something like 2 to 3% of like CEO pay across the board, and you could basically take care of all of that. You know what I mean? Which is just like
an A24 agreed to everything,
and they said that they could, and they ain't nothing shutting them down. And also like a world in which A24 is the only feature film game in town doesn't sound half bad. I mean, like, it could be a lot worse, is what I'm saying. You know?
Yeah.
Like, so anyway, yeah, absolutely. So we just wanted to signal boost that stuff and let you guys kind of know how we're going to be doing that, how we're going to be handling this type of stuff as far as like covering struck material and shit like that from here on out. And again, shout out to everybody on the picket line, everybody in the writer in the WG and in SAG-AFTRA and stuff like that. We appreciate you guys, and we appreciate all the creators and stuff like that out there. And we appreciate y'all for hanging out with us over here. Make sure you guys hit that like, that subscribe, like, ring the bell thingy. Also, if you hit us with the little thanks button, the donation button, that adds to the revenue, and that is a way to directly help like these people out on the picket line. So that's one other way that you guys can do that. But hit us up over with a like and subscribe if you guys want to keep up on all of our coverage of Invincible. We're going to be putting out a reaction to Adam Eve like very shortly, and we will be covering in November season 2 of Invincible, and I personally cannot wait. So we thank you guys very much for hanging out with us, and we'll check y'all later.